The cost of living is getting more expensive both here and across the world. Sky News has spent the week in Plymouth in the United Kingdom talking to residents and businesses about the challenges.
It is a city built on its maritime history. Plymouth, on the South Devon coast, is home to more than 260,000. Sky News has spent the last week with businesses, families, charities and fishermen, all experiencing the cost of living crisis in different ways.
On the Tuesday night, I'm in the red. I'm in my overdraft.
Every week?
Every week.
Mum of three, Lara, works full-time, but now that isn't enough.
Every week I'm about £80 in the red, and then I'll get paid Wednesday. And I thank God I'll get paid every Wednesday. But then by, like I say, the Thursday, Friday, with bills coming out and I've got to buy food and, this has got to be paid. I'm very lucky to have any of my wages left.
Do you even have lemon curd?
No, we ran out.
Oh.
Have to buy some because then we can get the cheap lemon curd. Well, that should be enough.
Her electricity and gas bill has gone up from £71 to £224 a month.
And I'll be honest with you, I've cancelled the direct debit, and it frightens me because I think, well, they're going to send me a letter and say, well, you've got to pay it. You're constantly worrying.
With things so tight, there's no budget for treats.
I just feel like a rubbish, terrible, I feel like I'm failing as a mum, to be fair, and I could cry.
This part of Plymouth is in the top 1% of most deprived areas in the whole of England. It was on a knife edge long before anyone had ever heard of the cost of living crisis. Half a mile up the road, there are others in Devonport facing an even tougher struggle. At St Albans Church, Reverend Michael Shaw saw there was a problem. His answer, a food club. Members pay £1 to join, £2 to fill a bag. It gives people dignity, he says, when they're facing the toughest of choices.
I'm not proud of this. I don't want to be, I'm a church minister. My job is to sort of, help people with spiritual needs. However, for me, it's also there's a requirement to feed people where they are hungry. And I don't really want to be doing this, but this is what's needed by the community. Definitely worth having a conversation with them, simply because I think they'll help you really with that issue with your energy bills.
For Mum of 4B, the club is a lifeline.
It just helps with the cost of living at the minute, and everything's adding up. When you go to the shops and get what you need, you've not got money for treats or anything like this. And what these days, you get the odd little treat and that for the kids. So yeah, you're not left with anything. Once the gas and electric, oh my goodness, it's so high. So yeah, this helps.
But it's not just families feeling the pressure. Out at sea, a different storm is brewing. Fish merchant Ricky starts his day at 4:30 in the morning. The fish he sells ends up in restaurants across the country. But rising costs means cutting a deal with fishermen and suppliers is getting harder.
From the very beginning, obviously the boats have to go out and catch it. Their fuel's gone up, like I say, almost double. So therefore that's got to be passed on to us. Our bills in here have gone through the roof. We've got to pass it on to our customers. We can't absorb it. As you can tell, everything's gone up. It's just ridiculous. The restaurants and hotels, obviously they're going to look for the best value they can get at all times. That's always been the case, but now it's even more important. Restaurants can't afford to staff, can't afford to run, can't afford to open. That puts us out of business, which they're, on the reverse hand, puts fishermen out of business.
What you realise is that everything is linked. Catching these fish in Plymouth now costs more, and it's not just us as consumers who are having to pay. It impacts every business in the chain. the real squeeze on the cost of living could be yet to come.